Kind of beating me up on the internet right now for no reason, but.
All right, so guys, welcome back. LFR family, man. Y'all are dope. All right, so we checked out a video already of Steve Harvey telling us exactly what happened. I believe he was talking to a bunch of other people, some organization, I think it was black people, and he was letting them know about his meeting and his first time meeting President Donald Trump and everything that transpired through the meeting and how cool he was and this, that, and the other and and how they decide to work together, do some things. He had like a vision center that he wanted to put all over the world where he's helping people out, and Donald Trump helped him do that. And then he said, man, and then when we walked through the lobby, the first thing he said is, we're going to get rid of Obamacare. And he said, I was shocked that he said that. But so I believe this right here is the day of the meeting. Probably directly following their first meeting. So I'm excited to check this out, and hopefully you all will ride this one out with me too. All right, wait to the end and let's have a good conversation. All right, let's go. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Great friend of ours, Steve. Everybody knows Steve Harvey. Everyone having fun? You having fun? Sure. Steve just came up to say hello. Steve?
Mr. Trump, can I ask you, sir, how concerned are you some of your cabinet nominees are speaking on Capitol Hill on issues like Russia, Iran, the border wall, and some of their statements conflict with some of what you have said in the past?
No, that all gets straightened out. We want them to be themselves, and I told them, be yourselves and say what you want to say. Don't worry about me.
He's telling people to do exactly what he would do. It brings him comfort to be himself. It brings him comfort to say what he wants to say. But when you're not doing it to be mean or indignant or anything like that, you're actually just trying to accomplish things. He knows the power of just being authentic and what it can accomplish. So of course he would advise other people to do the exact same thing.
And I'm going to do the right thing, whatever it is. I may be right, and they may be right. But I said, be yourselves. Wouldn't you say, Steve? Let them do it. I could have said, do this, say that. I don't want that. I want them all to be themselves.
Okay, and on
everybody okay?
Yes, sir,
everybody
on
good?
Repeal and replace.
Thank you. Thank you. Say hello to Harvey. Repeal and replace is going great.
Sir, Mr. Trump,
Yeah.
Sir, what exactly did you discuss with Mr. Trump? Are you going to work on a TV show with him, sir?
Oh, no.
Are you working on a TV show with him? Nah, this is much bigger than rap, brother. We ain't talking about no entertainment. We're talking about something big, something that can affect everybody positively. Well, although a TV show would be good, it would be be therapeutic. People who are fans of his would tune in and want to be a part of it. So yeah, but yeah, nah, they want to talk about that.
I was invited here by both transition teams, Obama's transition team and Trump's transition team, and it was really a really cool meeting in the beginning. We talked a lot about golf and things like that, and people we knew and people in common, and then we got down to the crux of it. He's introduced me to Ben Carson, who's now the new head of housing for urban development.
A lot of people have been telling me to check out Ben Carson, something from Ben Carson, who is also another person that the urban community calls that Uncle Tom word because of his affiliation with the right.
And we're going to team up and see if we can bring about some positive change in the inner cities, which I felt was my only agenda, and he agreed, and he wants to do something. And he realizes that he needs some allies in that department, and he seemed really sincere about it. I mean,
Chicago being one.
Chicago is definitely one. Another one they want to start with as a target is Detroit. Ben Carson expressed that because quite naturally he's from Detroit. I want to do some things with on all of the major inner cities to see if we can bring about some change and help some of these young people out. And so that's why I'm here, and it was a successful meeting. And
Y'all hear that, people? It was a successful meeting. Hold on, I gotta say this one more time. It was a successful meeting of the minds. Mhm. And they might not even, it might not even jive with one another 100%, but they saw that they can do some great things. Also, be careful with them. This is people who like to call black people who um um don't mind working with whoever they want to work with in order to get things done. Uncle Tom, they like to call him that because a lot of people have been calling Steve Harvey that too nowadays too. Y'all just ridiculous as hell. Y'all are ridiculous, and you guys will cut off your nose to spite your face sometimes simply because your feelings are far more involved than your mind is, and that's not very smart, obviously, because if you're leading with your heart, you're not going to get the things done that you could very well get done if you thought about it and you strategized and you work with other people that you don't particularly agree with. You'd be surprised what you can get done.
EC seemed really sincere.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it's not my jump into politics. I ain't gonna pass a background check, but it's just me following orders from my friend President Obama, who said, Steve, you gotta, as he told everybody, get out behind your computer, stop tweeting and texting, and get out there and sit down and talk. So I stepped from behind my microphone and I came and talked to the guy that's going to be the 45th president of the United States. I did what I was supposed to do.
That's right. That's right. And he did it despite all of the relationships he lost because of it. He knew that he was going to lose relationships. He knew how people were going to act. All he does is deal with people every day, all day. This is his thing. He goes into an arena and he figures out how to make all of these people comfortable and enjoy themselves and just talk about some real stuff. And so he already knew what was going to happen.
The transition team from President Obama and the transition team from Donald Trump got me on the phone about a week or so ago. No, I'll be turning 60 on Tuesday, and my wife is taking me far away. So I won't be at anybody's inauguration because my wife said no. The Trumps being on Family Feud. Yeah, against the Obamas. That'll be good.
That would be good. That would be good. That would be fire. Somebody please get that together. Somebody please get that together. The Trumps versus the Obamas on Family Feud. Oh, man, I would like to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that. I buy tickets for it. Seriously, I buy tickets for it.
How about the Clintons? If I could set it up, it'd be skyrocketing for the ratings. Yeah.
Is it worth getting, maybe you should call them something those calls in this afternoon?
I would, I'm handling everything pretty good. Of course, it's an honor to be invited to talk. And I think that's the only way that we're going to unify our country. We got to talk,
That's right.
President Obama said you got to sit down and talk. And I really enjoyed the conversation. He seemed really sincere. He was a genuine person in the meeting.
Do you have any lingering?
I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. He seemed really sincere. He was a genuine person in the meeting. And based off of what he said before, he was the type of person where he got stuff done immediately. Like he got people involved. Ben Carlson, for one, involved immediately. And Ben Carlson is from Detroit. And a lot of people just assume just because he has political ties and he did everything properly to be in a position he's in. I'm talking about Ben Carson, that he's not about that life and he don't understand the inner workings of the inner city of Detroit. And that couldn't be no further from the truth. Some people take different paths so that they can get more done. And just like Steve Harvey, he took a different path so he can get more done. Trump took a different path so he can get more done. I mean, he's a businessman. He's not a politician. And that's something that people loved about him, but that's also something that people equally hated about him because he didn't meet that original, I guess, standard of looking and being and sounding presidential and all that other BS.
Things you still want to talk further about, or you're still concerned about, you haven't quite heard what you want to hear yet, or
Well, I mean,
you're exactly on the same page now?
For this, we got off to a great start. I think it could be the beginning of something, but for them to invite me here to talk about a specific problem and thought that I might be able to help. I know I got a big radio show, I got a lot of people listening every morning, so I've always been concerned about inner city problems because they're huge. My mentoring my mentoring program has been a part of this type of, and that's what I want to see happen. Yeah. And they were spot on with it. And Ben Carson got on the phone. I met with him over the phone today, but I sat with President-elect Trump, and we laughed a little bit. I ain't been laughing that much over the past few days. They kind of beating me up on the internet right now for no reason, but.
They kind of beat me up right now on the internet for no reason. They're beating you up because they're small-minded. That's what they're doing. They're beating you up because if they had the opportunity to sit down and discuss moving forward with someone that they prejudged because they don't know, they prejudge and they automatically think that they know everything that they need to know. Oh, no, you shouldn't be over there talking to such and such. Oh, let me find out. You dancing for nickels now, huh, Steve? You dancing for the man now? Not realizing that, yeah, guess what? I'm actually friends with the Obamas. Oh, you call that dancing? Okay, then I'm a dancer. I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. became super popular because of his dancing and singing and everything. So did Prince, so did Michael Jackson, I'm an entertainer. But at the end of the day, I'm a businessman. And I'm a family man. And I love people. And I love God. So when you put all those things together, use your resources and your reach so that you can be able to get as much done as possible, right? That's what you would think someone would do, right? That's what I would actually advise that you do that. Would you advise that I do that? Because some people are super selfish, man. If you're not doing things exactly the way they're doing it, if you're not saying anything exactly the way they want you to say it, dude, they will fry you, man. They will fry you like some daggone. My baby girl was upstairs frying Oreos. Like she was doing that for probably like one summer. I think she did that like every other night. She was frying Oreos. I don't know why, but these people will cook your hair if they believe that you're not running the way that they want you to run, or moving the way that they want you to move, or grooving the way that they want you to groove. They don't care, man. They don't know what happened in that daggone meeting. But guess what? They are envious because they wish they was in a meeting like that, just quietly, so won't nobody know. Shh. Because how people feel about me is far more important than getting things done for other people. And that's idiotic. You're acting like children, people.
That's life, ain't it?
What did you laugh over?
Well, we talked about golf. We laughed about my score in golf, his score in golf. We talked about some of the friends that we have in common, Mark Burnett. Talked about TV shows, things like that. He's a fan, so he's seen it. I met his daughter. She was very sweet. So I think we're off to a good start.
Steve, how do you move between being a comedian and a spokesperson, and being Steve Harvey, trying to also get the message out to the people, to everyone, and have that comedian and...
Well,
He said, how do you move with being a comedian and a spokesperson, getting certain information out to the people? He's about to answer that, but I would say he's been doing that his entire life. That's what he does. Like, he's a comedian, but he's getting the message out to people in a comedic way. The best way to break anything to anybody is either through music or comedy. Everyone knows that. You catch them when they're not uptight. You catch them when they're a little bit tipsy, when they're ready to have a good time, when they let their guards down. That's when you want to talk to people. Because then, and you already know, when people are tipsy, they are honest. They are honest, and you'll be surprised how people feel when you talk to them when their guards are down. A lot of people aren't as mean They aren't. More people love people than you know it. Okay, let's go. Steve about to answer now.
To everyone and have that comedian end.
Well, you know, it's two things in your life. Your career is what you paid for, and your calling is what you're made for. So I have a responsibility to the community that I service to try to be a voice and speak on some issues. And so they've heard me. They know where I stood on the election. But nothing's changed. But we got to talk. And I thought he was a great guy. You know, we really had a nice conversation.
There has been a lot of doubt about his administration, about race. Jeff Sessions, his record in Alabama, some of the things the president-elect said during the campaign trail about the inner cities.
Yeah.
Are your doubts fully gone, or are you going to still try and work them out with him?
Well, I mean, you know, look, you don't kill it with one conversation, but you can start it with the conversation.
That's right.
So, you know, a lot about what people say, well, now it's time to see what you do. So, and he said he wanted to do something. You can't beat better than that, you know, and so we're going to see. I've been put in contact with Ben Carson, which was great. I spoke with him, and so we're gonna get some things started. And they have a plan for the inner cities, but they need help, and so that's why they called me. And so I'm assuming. So we'll see what I can do.
Steve, do you support the Sessions nomination?
The Sessions nomination? I don't really know anything about it.
I mean, Ed, you were asking that. You know, he had a testing hearing this week in which some questioned whether or not he was on the right side of history in terms of his work in the civil rights.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Be careful.
Well, yeah, I mean.
But is it something you've not sort of?
Well, I don't really like commenting on stuff I don't really understand or know about. You know, I'm not.
We twins in that, Steve. We are twins in that. I don't care, even if the spotlight is on me. Like, Van, what do you think about what's going on in Congress right now? First of all, get the mic out my face. I don't know enough to speak on it. I like that he said that.
Well, I don't really like commenting on stuff I don't really understand or know about. You know, I'm not a politician, man, to be honest with you. I'm hoping that these people can straighten it all out, but I want to get in here and just do my share. And I had a good conversation, and man, so moving forward, it ought to be good. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. Thank you, guys.
All right, so Steve Harvey, one thing I will say is that dude, him and Donald Trump are tall as hell. How tall is Trump? Sheesh, them brothers are tall. Okay, I enjoy that. Y'all let me know, because I've done my talking already, so now it's your turn. Please let me know whatever you want me to know in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video, or the next, or inside the Patreon as well. You all have been amazing, man, per usual. Love y'all.